a knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are hers and his. Three's company too. Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new. Leave a lovable space that needs your face. Three's company too. Down at our rendezvous. Three's company too. Down at our rendezvous. Three's company too.
You're looking live at the Three's Company Radio Show, broadcasting from the Regal Beatles Studios, located at the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. Today's show is brought to you by Coaster's Tavern in East Meadow, New York, the home of the friendliest open mic in all of America, every Tuesday night, and by Smash, located right next to the Governor's Comedy Club on Hempstead Turnpike in Levittown, New York. Smash is Long Island's #1 upscale ping pong bar establishment. Whether you're looking to throw a party or just looking to have a fun night out, Smash is always the place to go. My name is Jim Ryan, and I'll be your host tonight, along with my two beautiful co-hosts, Bonnie Scalisi and Mandy Jones. So how's everyone doing this week?
I'm doing great, guys. I
You
missed
guys
you.
Did you guys have a good weekend?
I did.
What did you guys do for Father's Day?
Father's Day, actually, I ran into our second guest here tonight. I was at the Wu-Tang Clan show on Coney Island. Yeah.
Really? Having some fun?
It was so awesome. Guys, I go to like a lot of live music events, and they put on a fucking good show. I haven't seen a show that good in a really long time.
See, I think Father's Day is a little bit of a scam. Because on Mother's Day, you go out to eat dinner, and it's like, no pressure on the mom. But on Father's Day, like my wife the other day, she's like, listen, I know you like to stay home and relax on Father's Day, so why don't we have, like, I invite 30 people over. You can go to the butcher and pick up some food, and you can grill it on the grill. And pick up, I know you like to have a beer on Father's Day, so why don't you go get some ice and some beer at the place and pack the coolers. Oh, and the patio furniture's dirty. You might as well clean it. And I know you don't like when I go in the man cave, so basically the vacuum's upstairs. Make sure you clean that room. And
so Father's Day for you is work day.
And she's like, oh, and while you're out, she goes, I didn't get my father Carter a gift, so can you pick it up for him? She's like, oh, go get two, because I didn't pick you up anything either. So, I mean, it's like, what the hell?
That's fucking awesome.
And then I'm like, you don't work all week, so what the hell were you doing all week? She's like, why are you being mean to me? I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, this is nice? She's like, if you keep this up, I'll be having even less sex with you. I'm like, I didn't know it was possible for anyone to have less sex with me. It's crazy. So I did end up getting a present. So I ended up getting this gift card with a card which I thought was, well, all right, good. She got me a $100 gift card. It's not bad. Thought this is great. So I figured there's something fishy here. So I called this thing up, the number on the back, okay? They said no one ever activated this card.
Oh, no.
So I asked her. She goes, no, I just picked it up. I figured you could put the money on it. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Oh, my God. No, she didn't.
You can call the number on the back right here. I'm like, this is...
She's
You
like,
can't make this shit up about marriage.
We got someone calling in. All right, Jim, you've been harassing people to call in. See what
All
they
right,
want.
let's see who's calling in. Let's
All
pick up
right,
the
you
phone.
guys are listening to us finally?
Yes, you're on the Three's Company Radio Show. Who's calling?
Dennis Murphy.
Dennis Murphy.
Oh, hi, Dennis.
So, Dennis, I hear you call a lot of the governor's radio shows.
Yeah, you called in the morning with Knock 'em Dead. And
Wow.
I know you love Dan Romano, and he's coming on next.
Do you like Dan?
Oh yeah, he's my friend of mine.
Oh, yeah, he's a perverted motherfucker, and he loves it. But, no, he's good. He's good. He keeps that show rolling, man. Keeps excited. Are you coming to the show next Thursday night? The Dan Romano live show?
I'm not too sure yet.
Oh, you are coming to that show?
I'm not too sure yet.
Oh, you're not too sure? Well, the show's sold out. So even if you're Donald Trump and you have $1 billion, you cannot get a ticket to that show. But I'm going to tell you what. Since you're such a loyal listener to all these shows, I actually have a free ticket for you.
Awesome.
So what we're gonna do?
Yeah, Jim.
All right, I have a free ticket for him. So we're
Hell
gonna put you on hold,
Thanks for
and Mike's gonna
calling.
take your information, and we're gonna mail out to you a free ticket to the Thursday night show next week for the Dan Romano
Hell
show.
yeah, guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for
pretty
calling.
cool.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you on.
We'll see you then.
We're in
Say-
that show.
Come
So
say hi to us. We're
Yes,
all
come
gonna
say
be
hi to us
doing-
next Thursday.
We're all going to be doing stand-up.
It's gonna be an amazingly funny show. There's gonna be skits, comedy, everything's amazing, and you're going absolutely free. All right. So we're gonna put you on
man.
hold, and then Mike's gonna go take your information, and then we're gonna overnight you out a free ticket. All right.
All right, thanks so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Man,
Appreciate you
thank
calling
you,
in.
man.
So
That was very
yeah. So
nice.
for anyone, like I
Send him
said,
2 tickets?
What?
You should send him 2 tickets.
Does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Maybe he wants to
You
bring
can get
somebody.
one. Yeah, give him 2 tickets.
All right, we'll give him 2 tickets.
All right, you just got a second ticket, buddy.
All right, you got 2
2
tickets.
Yeah, bring a friend, bring a girl.
Bring a friend, bring a girl, bring anyone you want.
Yeah,
Right.
this is a sold-out premiere comedy show on Long Island, guys.
All right.
Hell
all
yeah.
right. So, so what else is going on?
You know, I had to go to fucking town hall the other day, and everyone, can we just stop complaining? The only reason strangers talk to each other is to fucking complain.
People love complaining.
I
especially when they get older.
I know. It unites people. It's horrible.
Uh-huh.
Can't we just say, like, it's fucking raining again. Shouldn't more people be manning these registers?
See, I'm a financial advisor, and that's pretty much how I get all my money. I just listen to all the older people complain. So they just want someone to come in and complain to every day. So I'm like, great, listen. And they're like, okay, yeah, here's $100,000. I don't care where you invest it, but can I tell you about my son-in-law? He's a pain in the ass. Oh, sure, tell me all about him. You know?
Yeah. I know, but just please, seriously, let's stop complaining, guys.
That's what
This is
people
the
do.
PSA part of the.
I think it must be all the arthritis and everything when they get older. That's me, right? So Bonnie, who's listening? Who's watching in on that thing right now?
Okay, so right now we have Andrew.
Oh, Andy Plaginos.
Andy-
Andy, our guest on July 3rd.
Yes.
Andy's going to go
All
on the
right,
show.
Andy.
He's
We're looking forward to it,
and
Andy.
Ken, I'm sure I know you, but I don't want to mispronounce your name.
Pichelle.
Pichelle. And Frank Maniscalco. I'm butchering everybody's name. I apologize.
Maniscalco?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ken is saying hi. And I think,
Is he any relation to the famous Maniscalco who does comedy in the West Coast?
I don't know. Are you any?
Sebastian? I doubt he's not.
Type
I doubt he's
info.
not.
Why would you do that? He's so funny, actually.
Yeah.
He's a clown, but he's funny.
So anyone who hasn't, so next week, talking about this Dan Romano show, it's going to be on Thursday night, but it's going to be different than just a normal comedy show. There's actually going to be skits, okay?
Yes.
So we've written up all these skits, and what's going to be really funny is you get to see a comedy event, then you get to see a skit, then you'll see a comedy event, then you'll see a skit. So I think it's going to be a lot more fun than just going out and seeing a regular comedy show. I mean,
Oh
the
my
first
God,
one
it's gonna be so
Dan
much
did
fun.
was amazing.
Oh
It was
my
a great
God,
show.
I cried laughing.
Yeah, it was really good. And
Literally.
And Dan
And-
said he's going to have famous people in the audience watching.
Yeah, so
And he's
so
not
Dennis,
divulging
you
all.
and your date, this is an exclusive night out.
yeah, and he's
that you
not
just
talking
won
about us
there,
here on
my
this radio
friend.
show. He's talking about other people. So, all right. So, do you guys want to bring on? Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? You want to bring on our first guest?
Yeah, let's do it. Bonnie?
Okay, so we're going to introduce our first guest. Yeah, we were going to have Tugboat Manny, but he couldn't make it tonight, so we're going to have him on a future show. And we are so grateful to both of the gentlemen that, like, last minute agreed to come on. The first person we're going to have on is Andy Stewart, and you can see him this Friday in Terry McNeely's Laughs in the Little Room at Governor's.
That's
and we're also,
yeah,
all
that's
three
at
of us
8
are in the
o'clock,
show
guys. There's
together.
still
Friday
tickets
night?
for that.
That's
Go to
Friday
my
night?
Page, go to Bonnie's page.
And you can also see him at the Ice House Comedy. He has performed in the Ice House Comedy Club, Caroline's, and Gotham in New York. Mr. Andy Stewart.
Andy, come on in.
Welcome, Andy.
Thank you.
Mr. Andy Stewart.
So, Andy, is
guys.
it really true that you flew in all the way from the West Coast just to perform in the Little Room?
Hold on, let me get this going here. Just for this one? Sure. Yeah. That was great. Thank you for guys having me on. Three's Company, huh?
Yeah.
Three's Company Radio Show. You haven't listened- you haven't listened to one of our
remember Three's
episodes
Company
yet?
No, I have listened to it, but like, am I Mr. Roper or something? Like,
Yeah,
you could be
Burley.
Mr. Rope if you
Should I
want.
come back at an awkward moment? Kinda, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's good to be here. In Levittown, New York.
Now, I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
heard talking about the original Three's Company show. Now, this is my opinion, okay, but I think it's true.
Okay.
So they are now looking to do a reboot of the Three's Company show, and they want to get new actors, and they're going to bring it back on
Well,
the
they
air.
can't. Well, half of them are dead, so they
Yeah,
can't.
they
really
can't.
get
Yeah,
the
they
old
can't.
ones.
Right. But they're going to bring
It'd be like 1.5 company at this point. So
So yeah, they're going to do a reboot. They're going to bring it back.
Right.
So I think it's because of the success of our show that now they want to bring back the original show.
no.
That's
Could
what I
be.
think.
Oh, yeah. I wish we could
be.
take that much
Is
credit.
Suzanne Summers going to be in it?
No. None of the original people are supposedly signed.
she's
up to
still
be-
hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, she
She's like
is.
95, and I'm like, oh my god, like amazing.
And she's pushing that Thigh Master, so.
Well, that's why I love. We have a photoshopped. It's the three of us, and she's Janet, and I'm like Chrissy, and I love it because it's like the biggest tits, and it's my face photoshopped. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Now, we're-
I
we're-
always repost that one. I don't even repost the new one.
What we're going to do today, for all our listeners out there, if you call in the show and you're funny, okay, we will send you a Three's Company shirt so you can wear it around and proudly display it.
No!
All right.
That's
And
awesome.
it's gonna have Mandy's head photoshopped on
Yeah, have you
Susan
seen-
Summers' tits,
Yeah,
the whole deal.
exactly.
You got him now?
We do. We had shirts being up. We gave them to him last week on the
Yeah,
show
he
as a
gave
gift.
me
It was
he
so
gave us a
nice.
shirt.
And I was
It's
wearing mine
it's
last
our
night
Three's
at
Company
Coasters
picture.
Coasters Tavern last night. We had we had a ton of people show up for the Coasters Tavern last night
It
for an
was-
open mic. And
The nicest
I have to-
open mic in the country.
It really
really
is.
is.
It
I don't know.
really is.
I don't know. There's a few in LA that are pretty nice. Yeah, they give you cookies, back massages,
so how long have you been?
blow jobs, the whole deal. No, I mean, it's in the
no,
valley.
no.
But yeah, no, I think that's a little nicer. I'm sorry.
Well-
Can Coasters top that? I don't know.
You can't
That
top
we
blowjobs.
can't top.
But
No.
we did want to actually ask you about the West Coast
Oh,
because
boy.
you know East Coast is obviously better than the
It's
West
that
Coast.
way, actually.
So how long have you been back in New York?
Well, I kind of jump back and forth. I've been back for 3 months.
Okay.
3 months, and I think I'm heading back there.
Where's the comedy
October.
scene better, L.A. or here?
Oh, it's so. Are you talking about like?
Well,
Long Island, or-
where were you in? No, Long Island, New York City. Where is it better in New York or is it better in
We got
California?
another caller.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh.
Who's the phone?
Okay.
All right, who knows how to
You'll answer that
Do I-
question as soon as we're done.
Okay. Do I have to put these on too?
I'm
Is that the whole
not
deal?
Hey, if you
Yeah,
can
you
hear,
don't
you don't
care.
have to put them on. If you can't hear, put them on.
I'm a little older now, so.
So who's-
Who do we got?
Dennis Murphy, I just gave you guys my address, so it's on Facebook Live.
All right, awesome. And Dennis, I don't know if you heard, but we're gonna give you 2 tickets. So bring a friend, bring a date. You got 2 tickets to a sold-out premiere comedy event.
I don't think I'm doing anything.
Thanks so much,
that
guys. I
night.
appreciate it.
All right, thank
All
you,
right,
thank
thanks
you,
for tuning in, guys.
thank you, in.
We
Appreciate
appreciate it.
Oh, so I
Thank
don't
you, guys.
need- Awesome.
Say hi when you say hi at the show.
So,
Can
all right,
I
so
just say something?
Go ahead.
A bunch of people just
All right.
joined us.
Oh, great. Who's listening?
My friend Robert Soul is watching. Greg DeFlippo is watching. Mark, did I say Marcos already? Marcos Ariola is watching. I hope I pronounced
He's the
that
nipple guy,
correctly.
right?
I think he actually works with my husband. Thanks,
Myra
Marcos,
Jean
for
Martin
tuning
is
in.
watching. It crew member Pasquale is watching.
Ooh, he's my favorite.
Gina Canageni Coffin is watching. Of course, Bruno. And that's it. So
Yeah, of course, Bruno. Bruno's the
Bruno
best.
is a great supporter of all the governor's radio shows.
Yeah,
Thank
I know.
you,
He
Bruno.
always sending me like Dan Romano's
And
show
Mike,
all that.
our wonderful engineer. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's the greatest.
He is the best engineer.
Oh,
on
and
Governors?
Taz, the residential artist, she is amazing. The artwork that she does is on the Tom Shalil show, which is a Fox News show. She's awesome.
And what's that name?
Taz, the residential artist.
Oh, Tasta.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
So
cool.
getting back to our guest, Andy.
Yeah.
So where's the comedy scene better? Is it better in LA? Is it better in California or New York?
It's.
And how is
such
it
a-
different or the same?
Well, I mean, there's just a lot more actors, obviously, out
Yeah,
in LA, and
yeah.
they do, just kind of everything,
Yeah,
So
it's-
the
it's
actors-
more raw here, probably, right? Because we're not like we're not. Nobody's like really trained.
Oh,
like
no.
I think probably most of the people in Long Island comedy just fucking rolled out of bed and was like, I have depression and like an anxiety. Like,
Oh, no,
and
that's
a desire
LA.
to talk in front of large crowds of people.
Everybody wants to be an aspiring actress, right?
Oh
yeah.
no, that's LA too.
Well,
It's
I
funny
guess
because
New
like
York. I guess New York's got that spirit.
I don't know. It's weird because like for example, like there's a lot of mics I go to out there, and there's one where it's like you pay $5 for 5 minutes, or you can pay $10 for 10 minutes, and it's always the homeless guy that pays the 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
That has to go on and talk,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh my God, he paid for 10 minutes. Like I want to find the person that gave him a $10 bill like early in
Yeah.
the day and punch them in the fucking
It
head.
was like, go fuck
Because
with
I'm
me.
like, Jesus Christ, like so. There's a lot of that. Are we talking like Long Island to LA or like New York City to LA?
well,
New York City, I think, is
Long
part of New
Long
York
Island's
because it's so
completely-
close. It's it's like a 30-minute cab
Well,
ride. Train ride. So I count New York and LA all together. Yeah, New York City and LA.
But Long Island's got its own little thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like 3 different things.
Yeah.
almost,
I've
but-
actually never done New York City, so except to watch one of my friends perform there once. So I don't know what the New York City scene is like. So
I don't know. It's the dreaded B word. The
B.
bringers.
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
the ooh boy. Everyone just gave me a look like
That is
oh.
dreaded.
Well, I'm going to bring up my bringer idea because I brought it up last night.
Okay.
And a whole bunch of people last night when I was at the open mic were like, you know what, this is a great idea. So I think we need to bring it up again. I think what I want to do is start a Facebook page where everyone goes on and puts on their name. And then what they're willing to do is if someone calls them and they're free, they'll swap and say, look, if you go to my show as a bringer, and I'll go to your show as a bringer. And you
I'm-
swap dates right on there.
Bringer
Because most
club.
people got, let's say it's a 6-person bringer, most people have 2 or 3, then they just need 2 or 3 more. But if they had a list of 100 people, they could call the list, or they could message the list on Facebook and basically be like, listen, can you trade dates? I'm doing the 27th, you're doing the 8th. And
Club.
I guess it could work. I mean, it's just like it's weird. It's like I just think it's weird how they make the comics bring people. It's like, dude, I tell jokes to strangers. I don't have friends. That's how I make friends. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
it's why I'm a
it's why I'm
comedian.
doing what I'm doing. Is because
I
I'm socially
don't.
awkward and no one will pay attention to me that knows me anymore. So I was like, all right,
I
I'll
have
just
to
go talk
hold
to
them.
you people.
So I have to
That's-
hold you hostage by a microphone.
Yeah.
You fucking listen to me.
It's
I mean-
it's also we're comics, we're not salesmen, and I
Right,
find,
I
find
know, I know.
myself, trying to get my friends. I feel like I'm selling them a used car. Like, come on, I know you saw me already, but I'm in another show, and
Now, have you
and
been
then
to-
I'm in another show. That I can't do it. It's just too hard for me.
have you been to Kimball's in Vegas?
Kimball's? No, Jimmy
Jimmy Kimmel, he has a comedy club now.
Kimmel's.
Kimball's?
Kimball's.
Jimmy
I'm like,
Kimball's?
I
Not
think,
Kim, right.
I think Macy's ran them out of business a long
Yes,
time
a
ago.
long time ago.
But no, I mean I performed in Vegas like once. I did a show at a rib joint and it was interesting. It was just like in a strip mall and it was oh God, I can't remember. Like they gave me 12 minutes, like back when I probably should have done 5. And I was like, yeah, I'll do 12 minutes, like no problem. And no, it was a problem. And I was like, wow, I drove 4.5 hours over here and got a hotel, I wouldn't call it a hotel, but I did stay at a place, and I was like, oh, I don't know, it was worth it, definitely, but more of a learning experience than anything else. So no, I have not done Kimmel's unless it's a rib joint and I bombed, then I have.
All right, so that's what you did. All right. So you're performing tomorrow night?
Friday night.
Tomorrow.
we're
Friday
all-
night, sorry.
Yes.
We are all in the show together on Friday.
right.
So there are still tickets left to Terry McNeely's Laughs in the Little Room. Just go to Governor's, order your tickets online, and come see a really funny show.
Yeah.
Hosted by Stephen Perillo. Travis Grant is in it.
Yeah, Mike Fails, who I've never
Mike
worked
Fails,
with.
and
the
headlined by,
three
of
us.
course, Terry McNeely.
Oh my god! And if you haven't seen Terry or you've seen him,
He's
he's
hysterical.
the
Are we
hysterical.
is someone gonna play the Terry McNeely drinking game?
It was so funny.
Oh,
'cause
I don't
didn't
know what that is.
was.
I
said,
don't know what it
I
is.
said jokingly, I go, "What is that when you drink every time you say town,
Yeah.
town on Long Island?" And they were like, "Yes."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god," because his entire set, he talks about all the different towns.
Oh, so you have to
you'd
drink
sip
every
time
time.
he says
Oh.
one, and apparently
Every
you
time he
get-
names a place that's on Long Island, you have to drink. And he goes for like an hour and a half, so you'll be about
really wasted.
really wasted like 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now,
That
Andy,
sounds
what do you
awesome.
like?
That's
Do you
so
like New
funny.
York better or LA? Or you like California better? Where were you living when you were in California?
Where was I living? I
Yeah.
was living in Los Feliz, and then I was living in Burbank.
Okay. So what'd you like better? You like New York better or California better? Or you like them both?
It's so hard. I'm New Yorker, born and raised, so it's like...
So we were gonna play a game. We figured
Okay.
we'll play. Let's see whether we like the We're gonna ask you things. You tell us whether the West Coast is better or the East Coast is better.
Shit. I'm gonna like. Is this like a rap battle, like hip hop? Like, am I
Yeah,
gonna
like
get shot if I say the wrong thing? Because I feel like I am. I'm gonna annoy some
Probably.
people
Well,
on both sides of the coast.
You're
here.
sitting with two women from Long Island,
The
so
East Coast
there
is
is
gonna-
a right answer.
So are the
God.
strip
The
clubs
East
better
Coast
in New
is
York
all-
or in California?
I don't need to go to strip clubs. I have like Instagram and Snapchat.
No.
It's like I got
I went
and
to the strip
Pornhub. I
club-
got my phone. I don't have to get
No,
hepatitis. I can
no.
just.
Now
sit
where
in
have you
my
been to
house.
strip clubs, Manny?
Really?
Manny, you were gonna say
I
did-
was at the strip club the other day.
Which one? And
the
you
one-
didn't invite me? Thanks.
We didn't. It was gossip over in Farmingdale.
Was it during happy
Sure, brought
hour?
me down. What?
Yeah.
It was during happy hour.
No, I don't think
Oh,
it was during
okay.
happy hour. No, it was like 7:00. We got there like kind of early. We got there like 8. The
So
girls
tell
like,
us the
they
story.
don't
What
dance
made you
till,
go?
Well, yeah, why were you at a strip club?
on a Thursday?
Oh, it's a good night. Thursday's a good
My
night.
husband didn't have to work the following night, so we wanted to do something.
That's
Oh
so
my
that's
God.
what
That
we
works.
did. And actually, I never done this. but
She's
we
God
bought
most
him a
perfect creation
dance.
here? I
Oh,
mean,
my
what the
mom's
hell?
Watching. Sorry, Mom. What?
My wife would never go to a freaking strip club, me. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
My friends like try to drag me out to them, but they don't want to go to one. They have to go to like a couple because they want to like compare and
bar
contrast.
crawl, like
yeah,
tit
and then we
crawl.
gotta do like a back and forth, like a pros cons list with all of them. And I'm
Oh
just
my
like, dude, one's
God.
enough. And every time he comes home and he's got like glitter all over his face.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, dude, how do you not get in trouble like all the time? Like your wife has no idea. He's like, dude, I have like 3 daughters who are obsessed with princesses. Like there's glitter all over the
my
place.
God.
Like
Oh my
she doesn't know
God.
shit.
Oh my God.
Well, I just got
So-
back from Vegas about a month ago, and when I was in Vegas, it was pretty funny. I walked into the bathroom of one of the strip clubs, and there's this guy in there. He has no
You still have
pants
your
on.
feet?
He has no pants on, no shirt on. He's totally nude, and he's holding his pants and his underwear up to the hand dryer, trying to dry the underwear and his pants. So I'm thinking he probably doesn't want to go home to his wife with that big cum stain on his pants. but
Oh my
but is that
God.
Did you
what
find
it
out where he
means?
was sitting?
Cum stain.
Just avoid that
Disgusting.
one. Oh boy.
Love spunk.
But that was pretty funny. I was like, oh my god. I guess he's more embarrassed to go home than he is to stand in the bathroom fully nude.
I had one time where I think we went to one. This was years ago, and it was in the middle of like late January, like early February, and one of the strippers said, "For $200, I'll take you outside and I'll suck your dick." And I was like, "It's like
$200."
It wasn't. I was there like it's 5 degrees outside. I'm like, you ever seen A Christmas Story? Like you're gonna get stuck to my dick. Like that's not gonna happen.
That's pretty expensive.
Is that one of
Is
your
she saying that to you?
No,
You know how many other people she probably said that to? Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, and then she was like, and then she's like, "Go fuck yourself," and like walked away. And I was like, "Okay, like I will later, but in warmth, you know." So
On my terms.
exactly.
Now, are you a sports fan?
I am a sports fan. Yes.
All right. So
Andy's a big sports fan.
are the sports
Yeah.
better in California or New York?
New York.
Well, that's part of his bit. He used to wake up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
to go like see his team.
Because that's the thing is like it's the time zone, so football is on at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's kind of cool.
No.
You like
No.
start
Not if you went out
tailgating
the
at,
night
like
before, right.
midnight the,
No,
the
just not at
night
all.
before.
You don't want to go drinking with like people like big football player fans, you know, at like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. It's not fun because you get drunk and then you're sober at 1 and you're like, shit, what do I do?
For the next
No.
8 hours.
It's not fun. The first year I was there, like I saw this, I went to a Super Bowl party and it was done. They're like, all right, it's dinner time. I'm like, what?
One of our listeners wants to know if you know anything about beautiful downtown Burbank.
I do, yes. I know a lot about
That's
downtown
Taz was
Burbank,
asking that
yes.
question.
Yes.
So
I
do you
live-
like it there? You think that's...
I love it there. Yeah, I live like 4 blocks away from downtown Burbank. That's where Flappers Comedy Club is. I perform there sometimes.
Then the Carson show was out of Burbank, right?
Which one?
Johnny Carson. Didn't he used to do a show out of Burbank or
I
no?
think so.
Well, I mean, Burbank is where ABC is and Warner Brothers
Okay.
and Disney and a lot. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch that they shot over there.
Eric.
So, yeah, what else you got for me? Let's do this.
Yeah. Who else? Well, I want to know about the music events.
Music events?
West Coast or East Coast?
I have no idea. I was too poor to go to any
Really?
of those.
Really?
Yeah.
What about amusement parks?
Amusement parks. They're better. Oh, God, definitely over there. I mean,
What parks?
well, I worked at Universal Studios.
Did you?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
those
I
are
worked-
awesome.
What did you do?
Were you
at
one of the
Universal
animals?
Studios?
No, I was, you know those people that annoy you to take surveys?
Oh,
Okay.
I was that
okay.
guy. That was great. Well, no, it was cool because I got free admission whenever
that's
I
good.
wanted, you know, and it was a fast pass, so it was just
Oh.
like, yeah. I mean,
It
I would
was
just
a fast
run
pass.
around everywhere. The place was
One
great.
time I was at
Well,
Disney
yeah.
World and Minnie Mouse was a group of people. I'm like, Jim, go have your picture taken with Minnie Mouse. I'm like, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
So I go out there and everyone's like, give him a kiss. So Minnie Mouse leans in to give me a kiss. And I hear this Mexican guy's voice go, yo, man, I hope you enjoy it. I was like, what the hell?
Eric from Knock 'em Dead in the morning radio show, he said California sports fans suck.
They do.
They
And-
get there
and
in
then
the
he
third
said-
inning and they leave in the seventh.
No, you know what it
And
is?
then he said that there's nothing like New York sports fans.
There isn't.
They're,
It
they're
sounds like
very
it.
loyal.
Nah.
And-
I still care. The worst part, I had to, oh, God. Quick sports story, because I'm a huge Rangers fan. Like,
Okay.
die hard, you know, season ticket holding, you know, family, everything like that. And I was in L.A. when the Kings played the Rangers in the Cup. And I was working right next to the Staples Center. And it was the worst week of my life. Because I had to work the parade, like the Stanley Cup parade, I had to work that day. And so everybody's going crazy and, like, you know, drinking and going nuts. And I had to just sit there. It was basically like, picture the love of your life got married to, like, someone else and you had to work the wedding reception. It was like that. I was like, why did you guys schedule me? Like, I was hiding in the kitchen. And like, I don't want
Or
to come
like
out.
you had to be part of the bachelor party.
And all that summer, everywhere I looked, there were just billboards of like, congratulations, you know, the Kings win the cup, and there it is, them celebrating with like Lundqvist just face down on the ice, and I was just like, I fucking hate LA right now.
So he's a big Ranger fan. So when I was a little
Huge.
kid, I had this kid who lived next door to me, and his mom used to beat him up all the time. His dad used to beat him up all the time. So when his parents were getting
Oh.
divorced, the judge said to me, who do you want to live with? And he goes, I want to live with the New York Rangers. And he goes, why do you want to live with the New York Rangers? He goes, because they don't beat anyone.
Bum, bum.
Oh, wow. I'm sure he's not a Mets fan, too, because he can kind of switch that one out.
No, usually it's Islanders, Mets, you know, Jets.
I'm Rangers, Mets, and I actually...
Oh, so you go across the lines. Okay, yeah.
And I actually root for the New Orleans Saints. I
Really?
don't
Okay.
root for a New York sport.
How did that
football
start?
team. Oh God, I don't know. I think my parents dropped me on my head a few times when I was a kid, and I don't know. I think it was just one of those things where like I caught on to them in the early '90s, and I just rode them the whole way.
Well, as a Mets fan, I heard Donald Strawberry say one time, he said his best years were here in New York because the fans cared so much that he concentrated more when he was at the plate. But when he went to the West Coast, if I struck out the first few innings, nobody cared. If I struck out the last few innings, nobody cared because they all went home. He goes, but if I hit a home run in the middle, everyone was like, Daryl's great, So
I think it was the cocaine that kind of helped him out.
yeah,
a
that
little
probably
bit
was part of it
when
too.
he was here. That might have had a hand in
He
it
could have done
as
something.
well.
All right, what else? What else are we doing? West Coast, East Coast.
Ocean.
Ocean, East Coast.
Food
Oh,
trucks.
really?
What's bad about the West Coast oceans?
The fact that everyone pees in it.
I think
that might play a factor into it.
You know, my little brother used to be so afraid of like the pee being in the ocean, and my uncle goes, "Whales poop in it," and then he goes, "Oh God, I think I made it worse."
I am not a beach person. I hate everything about the beach. But my cousins live in Long Beach, California, and years ago it was beautiful, and now it just looks like a homeless shelter, like on the sand. It's awful.
Well, the weird thing is, to talk about like West Coast beaches, especially in LA, you have like Venice Beach and Santa Monica Beach. They build a fucking amusement park on the water practically, So I don't go to those beaches to go to the beach. I go to like do the other shit and then go home, But for like beach hanging out, definitely East Coast.
And Ken was asking, why does California Pizza Kitchen even exist?
Yeah, people are texting me right now. They're saying, who has better picture?
Pizza is a New York win, hands down. And Eric says, what are you saying, Eric? Linguistic thing, face down on the ice?
Lundquist.
Thing. I'm not a sports person.
So where is the pizza better?
Hi, Frank.
Well, actually, over there, they don't call it California Pizza Kitchen. They just call it Pizza Kitchen. And they just call it fitness.
But in general, is the pizza better there or here?
It's funny. It's like I've actually found a couple places that are okay. And I think it's one of those things where, like, people always say, like, oh, it's the water. I'm like, bullshit, because I don't see water trucks just driving back and forth from fucking, New York to L.A. all the time. Like, that doesn't happen. I think it's the sauce. They don't know really how to do the sauce right.
Does it have something to do with the water being different?
No.
Oh,
No.
Sorry, so because we're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. So let's So where are you doing comedy now? Where are you mostly doing comedy right now?
Kind of splitting. Like between the two, like it's like 5-6 months here, 5-6 months there, kind of back.
So where are you doing most of your comedy in New York?
Mostly,
doing a show obviously here at Governor's on Friday night.
Yeah. Oh God, I've been doing a lot of bar shows lately.
Okay.
That's huge on Long Island. Like everyone.
Just so much
like,
more. Yeah.
There's no comedy club. This is a comedy club, and Governor's has 3 comedy clubs. Bohemia, nothing else is a comedy club. Everything has comedy nights.
Yeah. Right.
So that's really the comedy scene down here, guys. Like even the best comedians are all just in bars.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what I'm doing now is like after the show on Friday, I'm going to LA for a little bit, and I'm gonna be at the Dime. I'm gonna be at the Sycamore Tavern. I think I'll be at Flappers. I think that's what I got so far. I'm trying to work out a few more things now too.
So if you guys want to see him now, he's going to be there's still a few tickets available. So go on to govs.com and you guys can get a ticket for Friday night.
And that's Stewart, STEWART.
Like Martha.
And what is like your Instagram? What's your Twitter? How do they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Andy Stewart Comedy. You can find me on Twitter at Andy Tells Jokes.
Okay.
And Facebook, you don't need to
find
me.
Get him on Facebook.
I'm kind of over the Facebook.
Yeah, I know. We do a lot through Facebook because of the show is a lot through Facebook. A lot of people.
Once parents started going on Facebook, everyone's like, oh, we don't like it anymore.
Well, it's so funny. My mom watches it on Gov's radio. She's like, does Bonnie, is that on her personal phone that the names come up? I'm like, no, you got to be on Facebook.
Once I started hearing strong political viewpoints from the kid in high school who lit his farts on fire in gym class, I was like, I think I'm done with Facebook.
Yeah, I heard that.
We're good.
Yeah, I heard that.
Facebook can either be wonderful or horrible.
Well, I came back to it for comedy, and it's funny because I didn't have one, and Evan Weiss was like, oh, you gotta get a Facebook.
Yeah.
So I friended him, and I had like no friends, and I had like a nice picture because I'm a cute little girl, and he fucking denied me. He was like, I thought you were a bot because I had like no mutual friends, and I was like decent looking. He was just like bot, like.
No, it wasn't bot. It was woman.
Yeah, he was like, no way, this is real.
Yeah,
like,
girls don't
fucking,
want to request.
Andy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Awesome, Andy.
So you're going to
We
be in LA
love
next
you.
week?
No, next month.
Next
month.
Next
Okay.
month, yeah.
Well, if you
Catch
want,
Andy
we have your
Stewart.
ticket for coming on the show today.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Hell
So if you
yeah.
want to come
That's
next week, it's going to be
Thursday the
extremely funny.
27th.
Next Thursday, it's a really
That's
good
gonna
show.
be fun.
Definitely come. If
Definitely
you don't
come.
can't use it, just give it away to someone else who can. Okay.
Dennis
Yeah.
Newman, we'll make a Three's
Hell
Company
yeah,
of our own,
yeah,
I guess
go ahead,
now. Why
definitely,
not?
dude.
With two,
Let's do that.
Dan
Two
Romano
guys
does
and a
a
girl.
good show. Like last time, it was a fucking blast. So it's gonna be fun.
Really
We
funny.
can do
And you see
two
some
girls,
skits,
one
too.
cup. Who wants to be the
Yeah,
cup?
they're gonna have my husband on stage too.
Oh, wow.
Dan's gonna have my husband on stage. He's going in green. I don't know what it is.
Oh, boy.
He's gonna be coming out a different color. We'll tell you
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's
All right,
gonna
so
be fun.
we're gonna let
All right.
we're gonna bring on our next guest. Thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Thank you
Thanks.
guys for having me.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
I'll do the sponsorship.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
wait, so
Go ahead.
Gina was saying about the East Coast, West Coast. She was saying East Coast oceans. The other side water is cold, and they do not have white sugar sand like we do. And somebody was mentioning about the bagels. How about the bagels?
Yeah, that's because of the whole
Yeah.
water thing. Yeah, but
Alrighty.
So before
All right,
we
so
introduce our next guest,
Mandy's gonna do the sponsors, right?
Hi,
Duh.
Evan
Alrighty,
Weiss.
So, like Jim mentioned before, and like we always like to say before we do anything with the sponsors, is these ideas are not of us. The ideas of us are on the show only. What the sponsors represent have nothing to do with what we say on the
So
show.
if we say anything controversial,
Yeah,
don't
I
blame
know.
our
Bonnie
sponsors.
talks about like fucking Trump and all these different crazy things, but these have nothing to do. This has nothing to do with
My opinions reflect nothing.
Exactly. We have nothing to do with the sponsors here. So Coaster's Tavern, that's at 487 Newbridge Road, East Meadow. That's coasterstavern.com. They have, as Andy Stewart said, the friendliest mic in the world. That's Miss Bonnie. Jim Rhea and John Olivero do a mic every Tuesday. That's 7:30 sign up, 8 o'clock start. Over in East Meadow there, they do free shots for the comics. They do free tacos for the comics Tuesday nights. They have a pool table that they don't play during the open mic, which is cool. But you can go down there other nights of the week. They got live music, food. That's coasterstavern.com. And then we also are brought to you tonight by Smash, 2953 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown. That's the same parking lot as we're in right now. We're in Governor's Comedy Station, right here, 90 Division Avenue, Levittown, New York. But Smash is at 2953 Hempstead Turnpike, Levittown. They are a ping pong hall. They also have adult beverages, so it's a bar. They do food. And then they have Olympic-sized tables, balls, and fucking paddles over there. So you guys can settle a bet. You could go online. They actually do league play also. So if you want to get a party going or a competition, just go down and register. That's justsmash.com. Or go have a drink, sign up, or listen to some comedy down at Coaster's Tavern.
The also me and Graz, Smash is asking for the date today. We're gonna play a ping pong match for $250. Okay, so
Oh,
Graz,
yeah, he won
once you
that.
listen, if you beat me,
You know,
I'll
and
give you
that was such
$250.
bullshit, Graz, because he said he was going to give money out, and then he's like, yeah, and I read it, and it's like $250 if you win, Jim, if you fucking beat Jim. I'm like, this is bullshit.
But
prizes should not have stipulations.
Graz, give me a
So,
date.
Graz, I'm
Give me
with
the
you on
date
this.
so
You
I can
better
tell
fucking
Smash.
win this.
Give me the date
You
so I can tell
deserve
Smash,
it. You
and
won.
then we're gonna play, and all the
bullshit.
viewers of your show can come, and all the viewers of our show can come, and it should be a great time. All right, so we're gonna bring up our next host. Bonnie's
yeah.
gonna introduce him.
So I actually met him at an autism show. I believe that's where we first met. John, it was for autism. It was an organization for autism. And you can see it. We're bringing him on in a minute. Johnny McDonald. A lot of you know him already. You can see him. You could see Johnny at JJ's Taverns this Friday, and at Ziggy's on Saturday. And he's really, really funny. And I know him from a bunch of shows, but that's where we met. So let's welcome Johnny McDonald.
Johnny, how you doing?
What's up, Johnny?
Was anything
Hey,
I said
what's
incorrect?
going on? I think everything.
Yeah, that was-
Now, Johnny, you should be honored. You are the first black
I
person
knew
we've
that
ever
was
allowed to
coming.
be on our
I
show.
knew that was coming. I knew that
I
was coming.
thought of it and didn't
Yeah,
want to
no,
bring it
I
up.
knew
I'm
that
like,
was-
now this is
somebody-
like 6
Think of that.
episodes. I'm like, fuck,
Listen, the
this is kind of
elephant
bad.
in the
This doesn't
room.
look good.
Let's. I mean,
That-
it was gonna. I feel like the Jackie Robinson of Gov's Radio.
Well, we're
I'm pretty
not.
sure.
It's,
I know you're not racist.
We're not racist, Johnny.
Yeah,
We're
you
not.
came to our
But
show.
let's keep
swear.
it real. You know, you gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't bring us
Thank
any
you.
Jollibee
Thank you for
foods.
being
You
here.
come on our
Lisa.
show and you didn't bring us any Jollibee foods.
Oh no, I got fired from that.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
Not the food. After a while, you know, when you eat it too much, and then after a while, the food just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
He's
It
like,
was
this
good
food
when
was
I-
better when I was stoned.
It was. It was.
I've actually never been there. I've heard.
It's
some-
in Woodside. I take everybody there.
I
like
know
everybody.
you and Carla.
Yeah,
every
we were just.
fucking post you're
Yeah,
talking
we were like,
about
yeah,
that
it was
day.
psycho, man. Yeah, I was just.
I'm like, I need this shit.
It's like, you know, it's fried chicken. If it's like a Filipino restaurant, it's big on the West Coast. So I'm pretty sure Andy knows about it
this
too.
is a chain.
Yeah,
then.
it's a chain.
Okay, all right, cool.
So it's like they have their specialty is their combos are fried chicken and spaghetti.
Okay.
Ooh,
Wow.
that
And,
sounds
and
awesome.
the fried chicken has this like hot ass gravy that comes with it on
Oh
the
my
side,
God.
but it's like too hot. to
That's
the
probably
point.
like illegal in 37 states.
Yeah, it's like it's so hot,
Oh
and
my
it's like
God, it's probably
sometimes
so
you don't
good.
want to even dip anything in it. So it's like it's good. It's a different thing. It's like all right,
Okay.
this is what the Philippines is like. Okay, I might as well. I'm thinking about moving there, but it's like yeah, it's an interesting change. But after a while, I think I need a jolly break.
Yeah,
as they
gotcha.
say. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you have a new baby. Like, how old is?
Oh, I have a
how
new
old is
baby,
he?
brand new out the box. Yeah. He is 2. He
Two.
just turned 2.
I
Yeah.
remember like you brought him to the show. Oh my God. he's
Yeah,
He's,
because
like,
my
so
wife. It's
famous.
funny that day, that night, and that's not the first time I met you. I met you way before that. I think we did. I think Sean Brown show we did.
Oh, it's, okay.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Brown.
so yeah, we did his show.
I was probably
Now-
so nervous.
Yeah.
That was when I was first starting. I don't
Yeah.
remember anything when
Now,
I
you're
first
gonna
started. I
torment
was
this
just
kid?
trying not to throw up.
Oh, he already does.
Are you
I
going to
torment
torment this kid and make him? So now you're a Mets fan and Knicks fan.
And
all
a
the
Jets fan too.
Yeah.
I'm
so
terrible.
so all no one can call you fair weather because all your teams never win.
Yeah, that's
all right.
true.
Now are you going to subject him to the same thing?
I let him I think he's gonna grow up in like that. I don't know why you root for these teams. Like you,
there's so many
the
other
wrong
players
thing. No,
that are players.
they're gonna see like sports now is so different now because of the technology and the social media.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know there were so many Golden State Warriors fans until now because they win all the time now. But like a lot of like kids, I used to work in a school and a lot of kids wear Stephen Curry jerseys.
Yeah.
Like,
They root for
growing up-
players. They root
yeah,
for players.
But not only that, growing up, like we rooted for it, not because they were in our city, but because that's the only teams we knew about. Like, you open your local paper, like Daily News or whatever, and you knew, like, about the Mets and the Yankees and the Jets and like, because they were in front of you, like, you seeing them in commercials, like, in your local car commercials, like, hey, come by, a Yugo or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's different. Now it's like everything is out front. There's like, social, like YouTube will have, like, Golden State Warrior highlights or whatever, and you could like, oh, I'll root for this team. They're good.
My son, he's
know what I'm
12. I asked him, why aren't you a Knicks fan? You know what he said to me? He goes, Dad, they've been tanking games my entire life. Why would I root for them?
Yeah, I don't-
I'm like,
I
well,
don't
that's a good
blame
point.
any- Yeah.
You look at them, so they thought everyone's like all excited. We're like, oh, we're going to get Zion and we're going to get Kevin Durant.
Yeah, yeah.
And then within like a week and a half, that whole dream went out the
That's
door.
typical Knicks stuff. That's typical Knicks stuff. Like that's what happens as a Knicks fan. Is everything is bad luck. They haven't been good in like 20 years, like 15 to 20 years. I swear to God.
So what did your family do for
they're
you
good.
for Father's Day?
What did we do? We what did I do for Father's Day? I did something. Oh, we went to the Wu-Tang concert. That's what
Oh,
we were.
okay.
Just fucking totally.
I wanted
drove
to bring my
blank.
kid. I'm like, see, son, they ain't nothing to fuck with.
They had a bunch of shout outs, and they even said at one point, they were like, women, like, just give this to the guys. Like, all the, like, that,
Yeah,
like,
'cause some single
mother.
mo- yes,
And you
yes,
know what?
something-
That's your Mother's Day.
No.
And I respect that. I really do respect that, them saying that.
No, absolutely. Because if you're a single mother, it's like, I'm the father too. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Your father
You-
might have not
you-
been
no,
in
you're
their life,
just super
but
mom.
you're
and,
just super.
and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
single dads are super
Yeah.
dads.
Every-
They're not moms too. You
Yeah,
never
we'll get
heard
a
no
date for
single
you.
dad being like, "I'm Mother's Day." Like,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, yeah. 'Cause there's
Every
hardly
kid
no
out
single
there
days. There's
needs
hardly
to
no single
thank
days.
his father on Father's Day because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be there because the mother probably wasn't in the mood to have sex that day anyway.
Oh, all the time. I'm pretty sure we're married people. We go through that all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, you're like me. You've been with your wife forever, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No.
You what?
Hi,
Yeah.
hi. I'm joking.
Love is a disease.
Okay,
Only
yeah,
caused
I
by
know.
marriage.
Watch the show.
Yeah.
You kidding?
No, I'm talking about my wife.
I know, but I'm just
I
saying,
put it on
like-
Facebook, so she might be
Oh,
tuning
she
in.
might be watching. Okay. You're a lucky woman. He's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
talking about you.
yeah. So like, yeah, we've been together. Like, we've been married for 7, but we've been together for like 20.
Yeah, yeah.
Our
20
That's a
years.
prison. That's a prison.
Yeah,
sentence.
that's a.
Our friend Frank is saying, hey, is saying, hey, don't do that. Make him suffer like you do. You must keep the pain and suffering going.
Keep him a Mets fan.
He's gonna make his own choices at the end of the
Yeah.
day. I want him to be
I
happy
root-
no matter.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Well,
might not
he'll
even
just
like
be
sports.
A sports fan.
Yeah, he might not even like sports. He's like, yeah, I like.
But you
you
know
know.
what, kids? A lot of kids just like, even if he's not a biggest fan of you, he'll recognize that sports. He'll like sports because, like, my husband's not a big Mets fan, but his dad, his basement is
Full
a
of
Mets
Mets
memorabilia.
Oh,
like
boy.
he's collected everything since he was a kid.
Oh,
And
the
Mets
torture.
started like, what was it? I don't even know. It was the 50s? No, 60s.
63.
Exactly. I'm like totally
Yeah,
aging his
62.
dad right now.
62.
Exactly. So he has like he collected all the little things like that when it was advertisements and stuff, which you wouldn't think would have money, even associated with them. It's a really cool thing. But my husband,
Yeah,
not a
baseball
baseball
stuff is like,
fan,
yeah.
but he still respects that that's his dad's
Well,
shit.
I like the Mets because they are very active in giving to charities, and one of their
have
biggest
nothing better
charities
to
is
do.
autism.
Oh,
Other
okay,
than
I
winning.
didn't know that.
They give a lot of things for autism. They have an autism night.
Oh,
So-
okay, that's
but I'm not
cool.
really.
So
a
that's where all the
sports
money for the
Oh,
players
Mom,
is going.
You gotta check that out. Mets
That's
don't-
not
Yeah,
nice,
that's it.
Jim.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Well, that's
that. That's
for a
cool.
good cause. So,
Yeah.
So tell us about
Yeah.
this Jester Squad. What is that?
Oh, the Justice Squad. Steven Perillo. Hi, Steven's the best, man.
Is this
Yeah,
like a
Steven's
club?
gonna
Is this
be
like
on
a
the
club
Dan
you guys
Romano
have, or
show
what is
after
this?
No, it's just a group of comics that he, wanted
You
to
do a
get
lot of shows
together,
together?
do a lot of shows together, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Token black guy, that's fine,
All right, so now
It was up to me and Nigel Fullerton.
Les is the Jewish guy.
Yeah, it covered all races,
So
creeds,
who are
and
the girls?
So you got Billy Guy in there.
Megan Friend.
Megan Friend,
Okay.
yeah.
One girl.
Okay.
One girl.
Travis Grant.
Yeah.
Okay,
We needed
so
a
he's
bro
Kevin-
in
the,
there.
Kevin
yeah,
Brogan.
he's
We need a bro.
pretty boy.
Kevin Brogan, the
I love
Oh,
Kevin.
yeah.
Kevin is
For
hysterical.
the nerd
He is.
card.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
you know,
I
yeah.
like his. I like all
Everybody
his
has
props.
their own unique
Like,
look.
okay,
Yeah, so
and
it's
what?
like,
And you guys put shows on, or you're just like a
Well,
a
wherever
gaggle
they
of-
just like, yeah, well, Perillo, like, really, like, for the rest of the summer has us doing a
He,
lot of
he
work.
Oh,
booked,
so.
he
cool.
booked them in
Awesome,
all
dude.
bunch. You're actually working in my friend's restaurant on August 1st.
Yeah, I've heard
I'm
about that.
hosting
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
when they're
You know,
awesome.
and
yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
He gets good spots where there's food.
Who's your
dude,
friend's
that's,
restaurant?
That's
Someone knows.
awesome.
My
When you
friend's
can get a
restaurant
food
is-
and a drink.
My friend's restaurant is Cafe Al Dente in Oyster Bay.
Right.
And,
Oh, okay.
And
it's
why
a
aren't
really
they a
nice-
sponsor of our show yet?
That's a good question. I could ask them. I told you I'm not a good salesperson.
I know. We'll just send
I
you,
don't,
Jim.
I don't like asking people for things.
We'll set up
That's
the
not my
meeting, and
thing.
I will talk to them.
Real quick, can I make a note? I noticed the producer was wearing and one shorts. I'm like, how old is it? How old are you, bro?
Isn't he-
yeah, 22? What do
Yeah,
you know
he's
about
really
and
young,
one
but he
shorts?
knows everything.
You just found him on there. We're at the rack of models for like $9.99.
Well, one of the future shows I want to have is Mike and Brillo on the show. I want them as guests.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so young and cute, so we have to have them as guests.
I just said it was funny that he had him on because Anwan was like a successful like urban park record like street ball league
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
in like
Could
the
you come
early
so people
2000s.
could see
Oh,
you on
yeah,
camera a
yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, this
so
is
you
crazy.
know what
I
you're
was like,
talking
wow,
about.
like,
So this is the guy who makes it work every week. Make sure
I-
that all the show.
Yes.
the and one shorts.
We're lucky enough to see him
Mike.
every week.
Yeah,
That
Mike.
was quick.
Do you have the sneakers too, Mike, or you? Oh, okay. But they
Yeah,
had
no,
sneakers.
you're
they had a
right.
whole
I
clothing.
remember.
You remember
and
it, right?
One. Oh,
yeah, you should
I was
remember
probably
it.
like
Yeah.
sixth grade.
Yeah.
Everybody was rocking their
And one was big, and then they.
Yeah, because
So-
and one.
Yeah.
He said at the end he'll come around.
Sports
and
are
show
funny
us.
because women who couldn't give a crap about any sport in the world, when their little kids playing baseball and he's up to that plate, they're the biggest fan in
my
the world.
God, yeah,
and they're
women are
screaming and
nuts.
yelling and
Yeah, women fucking.
At the
are
ball! And it's like, yeah, and it's like, yeah, if something happens and kid gets hit with the bat or something, and they're running out, it's
Dude.
bananas.
My sister used to fucking know these girls that they were like really into ice skating, and they said the moms would like break the other girls' skates, and
Oh,
they
it's
would
very
take parts of their
competitive. Oh,
costumes.
like Tanya
and
Harding shit?
Yeah,
Wow,
no,
for real?
the moms would really like fuck with the other girls' costumes and stuff just to fuck your shit up,
my
before you go on.
daughter, she's out of
Fuck.
high school, but she was a cheerleader, and the cheerleading is like
Oh,
it's like
did
a
she do
cult.
competition?
It's like a cult, yes, competition.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not the old when I was like they do a few like things. This is like they climb on each other's shoulders, they flip each other in the air, and they're not allowed to wear helmets because they are supposed to look pretty. So my daughter had a bunch of concussions.
Oh
Oh,
god.
man.
Because she was the person on
top?
top. The person on top's the flyer. She wasn't the flyer. She was the
base.
The base. Thank you. And they would the flyer would always smash her foot into her head.
Ooh, that doesn't
Or-
sound fun.
it's like a dangerous sport. But
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
moms, like you were saying,
gymnastics.
the moms were like, I wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I was too busy working. But the moms who are stay-at-home moms, they were like they would kill the other team, whatever it takes for their team to win. Which
Yeah.
I guess is. I don't know. Is that good to be that competitive?
No,
I don't
that's
know.
that's the world we live in now. You heard of
No, I thought everybody gets
Well,
a
when
trophy.
you wake up-
It's not.
when you wake up every day, though, think about it, the whole world really is a contest. Like every day, where there's only a certain amount of money in the world, and we're all competing for our share of it, and everybody's like trying to get what they can get
Look
out
in
of
the
it.
mirror. That's your competition.
Yeah,
that's
I
bullshit, man.
I don't
Your own
want. Yeah,
competition.
you should just be.
That's
in
true, but
competition
like with
yourself.
social media now, it's like we know everything. We know everything about everybody.
That's
Yeah.
true.
and that's probably the
people-
problem.
It is.
Yeah,
it
where
is
it's like,
the problem.
But I mean, it's gonna. There's good. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of bad with it too.
Well,
and
it
you
makes
know.
you feel like you know the people. Like, even
Yeah,
though
we
you
know
don't really
every-
know someone.
Yeah,
it
when
makes
you don't
feel
know
like
anybody, you
Well,
know some.
Take this show for instance. Like, so many people have come together. Like, people that I've never met in my life that we comment on each other's shit every week. And I got a bunch of people who just post really funny like live videos. One day, my boy the other day, TJ Morris, he was posting. It was a Friday, like, just ready to sing in a song. I forget what song he was fucking doing, but it's just him bopping around, and I'm like, can't everybody just post fun, positive shit like this all the
So
time?
all those
Like,
people
hell
watching
yeah,
out there
like-
right now, remember, call in. If you're good and you're funny, we'll give you a free T-shirt to the Three's Company Show. Good.
Yeah, you got a hell of a budget here. You're giving out
Oh,
everything.
Jim racks it up.
Jim is our
He-
bankroll.
yeah.
You see our mugs here? It says,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shut
I-
the
like,
fuck
I-
up.
I
We're
didn't-
trying to watch
Well,
the,
that's why I yelled at him about this fucking sign. I'm like,
We
can
got
you
this
get
one.
your
How
printer?
dare I-
our
like,
real
up?
sign is coming next week, and we have the Regal Beagle coasters
Grads.
over
That's
here.
hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jim,
And we got the
Jim's
Regal
got it
Beagle
all.
mugs.
Wow.
And
No Mr. Furley paraphernalia.
and if you ever see me
No.
inside Smash and you play me the game of ping pong and you can beat me, you can get 20
Yeah,
bucks.
that's just a
Wow.
standing offer, guys. If you
even the
ever
whiskey,
wanna go to
even
Smash.
the little.
Yeah, well, that's this is holy water from the church. So when I
Okay.
drink, it blesses my throat.
Okay.
Yes.
No, and
There's
no,
a
I
few
never put it-
rules
I-
here about drinking, so we're trying to go about it.
I got you.
well, and no jokes. Jim's a fucking Sunday school teacher.
and a marriage counselor.
Yeah,
That's
which
scary.
They're
Wow,
both
about marriage
bizarre.
counselor,
I don't know what's more bizarre.
Didn't you say you counsel people who are going to be married?
I just counsel my wife to stay married. 'Cause I don't want to give her half my shit. Giving up half your stuff is fucking expensive. No, love is a disease only curable by marriage. I
This
mean,
is a
that's the way
talented
marriage
group
is,
It's
You
a
don't
very
have to tell
talented
me.
group of
That's
people
how
here.
that's how we bonded over that. We were both
Loveless
in terrible
marriage.
marriages, and
Wait, both of you?
yeah, and separate marriages. But
She's
I was
frustrated
married to
and
Jim.
Jim's just complaining.
yeah, but I ended it, and he's continuing the pain. But he has young children.
And Bonnie, how
which-
long you been married?
I was married.
No, I know. How long?
27 years.
27 years. And
When
then
she
after
told
a
me
while-
she was, getting a divorce from her husband, the first thing that came to my mind was, damn, that's one less person in my bringer shows.
That's a serious thing, yeah. But he didn't. By that time, he didn't want to come to the shows. I was dragging him.
I remember
to the
seeing
shows.
an
He
episode
did not want to be
of
there.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I think that's when Larry David divorced his wife on there, and then he told all his friends, and his friends was like, "Yeah, you know what? I want to get a divorce too." And they all wanted to
It's
get
kind of
divorced.
like a
very
contagious
funny.
disease.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I'm having more fun now than I've ever had in a long time.
And the process was pretty, but the process was long and ugly.
It's
right?
still going on.
Yeah, see, that's
but
that's
we
what I
don't
hear.
fight.
She's like,
with
I
each
didn't know
other.
non-Jewish
No,
dick could be
Her
so much fun.
Her husband set up her Tinder account.
Wow.
Like, they're that cool.
He,
wow.
he set up my
Wow.
Tinder account. But
Okay.
one of my dates, I had 2 dates with him, and I think this guy that I had the 2 dates with wants to have like a one night
threesome?
stand, like kind of thing. And he said, I think your husband effed you over because you're a really good person, and I think he put you on Tinder to mess with you. I don't think so.
I think he put
You
you
know.
on Tinder because he wants to watch.
Well, and I think he put you on Tinder to be like,
I think
go
that
see
guy's
what
being
else
nice
is
'cause he
out
wants to
there.
bang
It's a
you.
Like, you know what I
cuckold
mean?
situation.
Honestly, I think he's honestly just because he's going on Tinder too, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just freeing. It's him. Just
I guess it's
being-
weird because you have children together, and
Well, they're-
also
yeah.
there's
They-
children together. So at the end of the day,
Like
you know,
his children are young. My daughter is going to be 21 at the end of July, and then I have 2 autistic boys who don't know they don't know whether we're together or not together. So,
Okay.
I mean, obviously they sense emotions, so we're not like arguing, but it's a long process. Like he's still living in the house,
Yeah.
and I actually. Oh, Eric, if you're still watching. We still go out. We used to go out to like restaurants every Tuesday, and we were trying to like get the spark back. And now we go out to Boston Market and we each pay for our own meals, but we talk about family business. And I was there today, and all of a sudden on my phone, I get a message from Eric, and he goes, I know you were at Boston Market. And so I texted him back. I'm like, how do you know? And he goes, because I was right behind you. Dun,
Oh
dun,
my
dun.
God.
And he was there with his son. So I'm like, why did you come up and say hello? Because he had never even seen my ex. He only heard stories about him. And he's like, why was your ex walking back and forth? And why was he standing during his whole meal? And I'm like, because he's nuts. You know.
Oh, wow.
But I go, you could have talked to us. You know, he wouldn't care.
What I don't understand about marriage is why do so before you get married, the women are also nice and everything. Then you get married. Once you get married, they're like, if you find yourself having fun, stop it.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want you to have fun anymore. It's like
No, but Jim, you know, that's the whole reason that he and I clicked, because he's the man's viewpoint of what's wrong with the marriage. I'm the woman's viewpoint. You could say your wife is not sleeping with you, your wife is not this, but what have you stopped doing that made her lose interest in you? Maybe you used to say nice things to her. Maybe you paid attention to her. And when those things stop, then it's kind of like a cycle.
No, I think it's
It's
her
very,
fault.
it's a lot of work though.
It's a lot of work.
Continuously
And-
with one person. Like we're all. It's funny. We're all married or been married
Yeah.
at one point or a lot, and it's a lot of work for 20 years. Me and my wife,
Oh,
we
it is
fight
a lot.
all the time.
You
You know,
know,
we're up and we're
we
down.
don't
we're up
fight.
And down.
We don't
but
fight.
it's like, you know, it's very, it's a job, and then to commit to a person, you know.
You always gotta try and
No,
spice it
yeah.
up again.
Yeah.
No,
Me and my wife, we decided we were gonna try S&M to spice up our marriage. So
don't believe
she
that.
went to sleep while I masturbated.
But no, but
That goes on every
people
night
don't
at
say
my.
it enough.
That's a regular thing.
But love is a choice. It really is.
I agree.
You agree every day
we agree,
to
yeah.
to make this work,
Yeah.
and when we're both bitter and annoyed at each other, to just know that.
I mean,
But things are
because
definitely
it's
different,
not
though,
at
Bonnie.
each
You have to
other,
admit
it's
this.
at the situation, and
I was married for 27 years, so it's not like I gave up overnight.
no,
You
no,
know.
no,
No,
and
we're
that's
not
not what
saying
I'm
no,
saying.
yeah.
saying you
That's not
meant
what I'm
that.
saying. I'm just saying.
But I'm
in
saying
terms
it
of,
gets harder
Oh,
as
definitely,
it goes
definitely.
on.
And people do. I
Absolutely.
mean, my
Yeah.
parents are divorced. I thank the Lord. I'm like, I wouldn't have a relationship with either of you guys. If you were still married,
Yeah.
I would have fucking, you know what I mean? You're both now fucking sane, at
Mm-hmm.
least. You know, my mom's remarried, and my stepdad's a fucking awesome dude. And my dad's like, I'll never get remarried. He always has a girlfriend, but he's like, I'm never going to live with you. I'm never
Yeah.
going to answer to you.
But one
fully,
of
you
the
know?
things that I subconsciously am doing is I notice I'm attracted to men who seem to have jobs that take them away for like weekends, and like they're not around.
Comedians?
Because you're
Comedians, musicians,
Well, yeah.
things like that. Because part of me does not want to have that same type of relationship again.
every weekend,
Where
yeah.
I want to miss the person.
And it's probably because you do
and-
the same. You're in the same line of work they are as entertainment. So
No, I don't think
no,
so.
you
You are, you are.
I mean, I
probably.
am.
You spend
no, because
every
there's going to
weekend
be probably a
performing.
day
Yeah,
where
well,
where you're
yeah.
away. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true,
And
that's
like
true.
and then I was like,
Just
oh,
to
I
play
gotta-
devil's advocate here, so just to show that women are different before and after marriage, okay? So before I got married,
And so are men.
but you can point out the differences of men then after I present the differences in women,
Go ahead.
and that'll be an interesting
Let's hear
little
it.
exercise.
All right, what do you
Okay,
got?
so before I get married, my wife never farted. I never saw her take a shit. You know, her pussy never grew any hair. You know, and we used to have sex all the time, and it was as tight as could be down there. Now after marriage, you know, she farts while I'm sleeping. She shits like a motherfucker after a meal. Her pussy looks like a black man's afro, you know,
Oh,
from
Jesus.
the 70s. I mean,
God.
and you know, after 3 kids, when we have sex, it's like I'm fucking a glass of lukewarm water. I mean, this fucking marriage, it's a fucking scam. Now tell me how men are different. Come on.
That's his comedy skit.
It's part of it, but go ahead, yeah.
Okay, I think that when you want to be with somebody sexually or anything else, and you know, when the relationship is new, you're buying new outfits, you're keeping yourself, you know, as good as you can. But then, if the relationship, if you feel the person is not paying attention to you, or, I mean, my husband, he would spend most of the time upstairs in his bedroom office, like every night, and like I was like interrupting him if I just wanted to say something to him. But when we were dating, he was funny. He was dancing on top of the tables. I mean, like I feel like he did a bait and switch. You know what I mean? I mean, so it's kind of like. Then we went to a marriage counselor and we worked on it, and you know, and then you have kids, and then we had handicapped kids, and when you have handicapped kids, if you have one handicapped kid, normal divorce rate is 50%. With one handicapped child, it's 80%. We have 2 handicapped children. So the fact that we stayed together for 27 years is quite a feat.
I think it's a stress
We had
of
a
taking
lot
care
of stress.
like, you know.
So I ever tell you
kids,
guys
it's
this?
like it's a lot. It's a lot.
You have a
of
little
work.
kid, so you get it.
Yeah.
If you
Not
don't
only
have
that,
children,
I
you
used to
don't
work.
get it.
I used to work with, you know, what's it?
Autistic.
Kids with, or adults with like, you know,
Okay.
different
On the
like
spectrum.
Yeah, and then like low. I don't want to be politically.
No,
incorrect.
learning disabilities.
No, not like no
development.
Developmental
yeah.
disabilities.
Yes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to change diaper, wipe.
Yes.
I used to.
I'm still
I
doing
used
that.
to take a shower and I had to wipe a man's ass and get punched in the face by him at the same time.
Yeah.
That is not that.
That's
I
stressful,
came
right?
to work every day with a suicide note in my pocket because it was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's hard.
This can't
No,
be.
it's rough. It's
But
rough.
But it's like those line of where it's hard. So I can feel you.
And
what
then
you're going,
and then
what
I
you
was
went through.
doing all of the things with the children because I'm not gonna bash my husband on air. He had his own reasons, but he as a male figure, the fact that his sons were not normal was a big upset to him that he didn't even want to be around them when they were little. So I had to do everything for both boys,
that had to hurt because
which is
at the
really
end of the
brutal.
day.
So
it doesn't really put you in
So
the
Johnny,
mood.
to prove to you that the Meadows
Yeah.
get the short end of the stick over here. So look at this picture here. This is what they're all seeing at home. Okay, you have the two women in the middle. Then you have a huge gap between you and over there, and you're halfway in out of the
I mean,
picture,
like,
halfway
oh,
out. So we get to see your nose in the screen. That's
So
it.
move closer.
And I'm sticking
Okay.
over here. So the women are right in the middle, and the men are just stuck out.
Yeah,
Of
We
this was the chair
specifically
with
want-
seat.
Oh, wait, Gina was
Am I
saying
here?
something funny. Gina said when you put the ring on it, it cuts off blood supply to the brain. Maybe that's why your wife is acting like that.
And no,
Dan
we could-
Romano,
we
we
could
were
see-
just
we
plugging
could
your
see you,
show
Johnny.
big time. We gave away some tickets to a really good, nice caller. What's his name again?
Dennis.
Dennis, who calls into your show and loves your show. We gave him some tickets to the show, and we were telling them how wonderful it's going to be. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, pay them, Dan. Pay them. Take care of them. They're good people.
And so I guess we'll just do the sponsors real quick one more time before we end.
Yes, go.
So like I said before, these are not anything we say on this show is not the beliefs of the sponsors. So we have Smash, which is 2953 Hempstead Turnpike right here in Levittown. That's justsmash.com. They have ping pong tables. It's a ping pong hall. You can get an adult beverage. You can get some food. They do have league play. You can rent the place out for a party. That's justsmash.com. It's a really cool place. Bonnie, Jim, and I went.
Yes.
It's
Oh, I
a
love
ton
it
of
there.
fun. And Jim does have a standing bet with anybody that could beat him in ping pong. We'll get $100. So hit us up if you think you could play. And then Coaster's Tavern. That's 487 Newbridge Road, East Meadow. CoastersTavern.com. Every Tuesday they have the mic over there. 7:30 sign up, 8 o'clock start. Go see some free comedy, guys. We're always selling tickets and stuff on here, but you could literally go see free comedy over there on Tuesday nights, or perform if you're an artist trying to get some time. Go over there because you'll get time and you get an audience. It's pretty cool. Like I said, they have live music, pool table. That's CoastersTavern.com and JustSmash.com.
All right. So so tell us where you're gonna be. Where you're gonna be.
I guess before Friday, JJ's Tavern. That's Renee's show. Shout out to Renee. She's
Yeah,
great.
Renee, you
Awesome.
do fucking a ton of shit, man.
Yeah.
I see him.
Renee, why aren't you ever down at Coasters anymore, Renee? Get Renee's ass down to Coasters.
He's
Come
doing
on.
his own thing, man. He is producing shows
Yeah.
left and right.
Renee's the man.
Selling shit out, and he's a new comic
Yeah,
too.
he's great.
fucking
He's a hungry
came in
kid.
Like
I
a
love Renee.
wrecking
Love him,
ball.
yeah.
Awesome, dude.
And
so awesome.
Saturday, the Jester Squad
Okay.
is taking over Ziggy's.
Yeah, you gotta look out for those
Saturday.
guys.
Yeah,
I might be
look
able to
out
come
for
to
it.
that. I'm gonna try to
Okay.
come to that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have
Alrighty.
anything on Saturday.
Steve Rocco
Yeah,
Perla
gotta-
puts on a really good
yeah,
show,
another
guys.
shout out to Perillo.
I love
He's
Steven.
great.
Yeah, he's
Great
gonna be
guy.
at Terry's show with us on Friday.
Yeah,
He's
and then
gonna
next
host
week
that.
I'll be at Jollibee.
Alright.
Where's
Jollibee?
Jollibee? Tell them where it is.
Woodside, Queens. I'll
Yeah.
be screaming at the mascot or something like that. But nah, thank you guys for having me on.
Oh,
I
of
appreciate
course.
it.
Thank you.
of
And
course.
Bonnie,
Thank
and
you
why don't you
both.
guys remind them where you guys are going to be tomorrow night?
Well, yeah, no, it's Friday still.
Friday night,
Jim,
sorry.
Friday
fucking it up
night.
every time. All right, Friday, June 21st, Terry McNeely's Laughs in the Little Room. That's going to be Andy Stewart,
Yep.
Bonnie Scalisi, Mandy Jones, Travis Grant, Thomas, what is it? Tom Fails? Is that his name? Mike Fails.
Fails.
Mandy Fails on that one.
And Terry McNeely.
And Terry McNeely, who's a complete psycho. As Andy Stewart said, if you take a drink every time Terry says a town, you'll probably be too drunk to take an Uber. So have fun with that. And
I have something
come
to
down to the
plug.
show. And what's the other show? The 27th.
Oh yeah, Dan Romano's show in the Little Room. It's sold out, But I have 3 tickets. If somebody wants to on Facebook, just messenger me.
Yeah, these are free tickets, guys. Bonnie,
my family
Bonnie
was going,
and Jim have,
and they can't
have
make
tickets.
it. So I have 3 extra tickets
This is
that I could let you have.
Exactly.
He's really excited about it. He has really amazing people that are going to be in the audience. Some famous
it's a
people.
total networking thing. Andy, you're coming.
And we're going to do skits in a minute. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and Johnny too. Obviously, you have a ticket for Johnny.
Yes. Oh, we got
Oh, yeah,
to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We
thank
really
you
are racist
for coming
here.
out today.
Seriously. Jesus,
being
that
a
was
guest-
bad. That was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
guys.
see?
Jeez.
For being a guest on our show, we
Yeah.
absolutely want to give you a free ticket to come on out to the show.
So
All
now
right,
that's
thank
the
you.
27th.
Thank you.
Would your wifey come? You got another
No,
ticket, right?
I don't.
No,
I
all right,
wouldn't
no,
come.
all right. So you can be Andy's date.
Yeah.
Someone's got to stay
So
home and watch
that's-
the kids,
that's
right?
Thursday the
Yeah.
27th. Dan Romano, it's going to be Billy Geyer, Michelle McDonald, Bonnie, Jim, me. We're all going to do our stand-up.
And he was
Everybody's
saying,
up.
It's all
Dan will talk more
skits.
about it.
Like I was telling Andy, my husband's going to be on it with Dan. I have no idea what they're planning, but they're going to be on stage doing something
How did
to
they get
fuck
him to
with.
do that?
They're friends. They're like going to go fishing
Okay, they're
together.
friends. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Dan and my
It's like-
husband are like
Oh,
friends.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
okay.
So they're
So-
going to do some crazy
Wow.
shit. So that's going to be really fun. It's going to be a networking thing too. Dan's got a ton of like movie friends. And,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
gonna
they're
be
Okay,
all
never
like
have I
writers
ever
and
taken a
actors.
selfie on the way to the funeral.
Oh.
Has anyone taken a selfie on
I've
the way?
seen people take pictures with a casket,
No, I've
man.
never done that.
Have you
All right.
seen that?
Did what?
I've seen people take pictures with a casket.
No.
Yes.
Oh, people will do
That's
that.
rude.
Yeah.
I've seen people like their grandmother's in the hospital, like, oh, my
Wait,
poor grandma's like.
I think we're
why
on our
you
last
put
minute,
your
Bonnie.
own
Ruth,
wrinkly
when is
grandmother?
what? Oh, Dan's show is not this. Wait,
It's
this
Thursday the 27th.
Thursday
not
the
th-
If she needs a
not
ticket, tell her
tomorrow,
to
week
let me
from
know.
Tomorrow.
All right, guys, so
you
we only have about maybe 30 seconds left here. All right, so I'm going to try and see. I haven't done this in 30 years. I'm going to try and see if I can still play quarters.
All right.
Remember when you had to bounce the thing and go back in? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can do this here.
Oh,
Not too bad.
and he plays ping pong as well as he can do that, which is really well.
Ew.
All right, well, we only have about 10 more seconds.
Ew.
I'm not touching that
Ew.
quarter now.
I didn't,
All right. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and share the show. We'll see you all next week. Thank you. Goodbye.
Like and share. Like and share.